Hello there, kabayan. Hey, you would be thinking I'm here again in front of your screen trying to sell real estate properties. But wait, I'm here to help you have that tips in mind before you talk to your real estate agent if you are one of those who want to buy a property as a home or investment. So for those of you who don't know me yet, let me try to introduce myself. My name is Franklin Mira, a property investment specialist under Cebu First Realty Ventures. So why I created this video? I created this video because I posted a socialized housing here in Lapu-Lapu City. Then after that, I was overwhelmed and I received a number of inquiries. And since there were so many of them, what I did is that I provided them the details immediately. After I provided them the details immediately, most of them did not respond, were quiet, and however, I am happy that there were those who were honest enough to tell me that they couldn't afford such socialized housing. And with that in mind, I thought of that maybe many of us really need some tips or perhaps some education when it comes to real estate property buying here in Cebu. So let's move on first to tip number 1. Before you talk to your real estate agent, make sure that you already have the location of the property in mind. So for example, at least you could have 3. So for example, if you're living here in Lapu-Lapu City, you would want to have a property that is here in Lapu-Lapu City. So that would be your priority location. And you could also have 2 more locations in mind just in case that the property that you want here, the specifications of the property that you want here in Lapu-Lapu City is not available. Maybe we have some in Consolacion or Liduan. So have that 3 specifications or locations in mind before you talk to your agent. And number 2, make sure that you already have the idea as to when you want to move in or to live. It's because if you want to move in, of course, we will offer you a ready for occupancy property that you can leave after 30 days to a year from the date of reservation, or we may offer you a pre-selling property that you can use 2 years from date of reservation or up to 5 years. So make sure that you know when you want to use the property. Tip number 3. You have to know if you really want a house and lot or you are also open to condo living. It's because, for example, here in Lapu-Lapu City, which is a small area of land. Of course, since it's a small area of land, we don't have the privilege to build a lot of houses here. So that's why some of the developers are already building condominiums, because with a condominium there would be a lot of people who can occupy the space or the portion of the land through living in floors or vertical or a building. Alright, and now we're down to tip number 4. The first and foremost and the most important tip. You need to know your budget in mind so that you will have the realistic idea instead of having that expectation versus reality mentality. For example, if you want to live in a property that is ready for occupancy, of course, we would appreciate if you already have enough budget. As far as I know, the RFO properties require a lot of cash for down payment. And if you will provide us with a budget, we would already know as to where does that budget would fit, if it's for RFO or pre-selling. So that's why it's very important. And then as an agent, we really don't want to burst your bubble, and we don't want to hurt your feelings, that or we don't want to like break your idea of having that dream home. So make sure that you have your budget in mind, because if you have lower budget, we might as well you might as well consider pre-selling properties that you can live for 2 years or more, and then with lesser monthly equity. Okay, so again, I've shared you 4 helpful tips. Number 1, you have to know your location. Number 2, you have to know at least when you want to move in. And number 3, you need to decide if you really need a house and lot or a condominium. And number 4, make sure that you already have a budget in mind. So I hope you learned something today, and please share this video to your friends, especially those who are looking for or hunting for properties. Okay? Thank you so much, and God bless.